This is the Himalaya, which literally means abode of snow. It's the last frontier, the king of all mountains. Here, species have thrived and gone extinct, civilizations came and then destroyed. But the mountains, they have seen it all.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
My name is Rohan, and the mountains, my home. I believe that before one takes a step outside into the paths unknown, one must truly understand where he belongs.
I feel like it's open.
This is my winter, a winter where I explore and film my own backyard through travel, adventure, music, practically anything that can slow time down for me. You can call this my quest for redemption, my path to inspiration, a test of spirituality, a way to become a young fool again. Because this is my way back home.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning. I think it's snowing now. No more cellular phones.
I'm back in Manali and I'm preparing to go to Lahaul. During winter, for almost 6 months, Lahaul is completely cut off from the rest of the world, and the only way in or out is to fly over Rohtang Pass.
We are traveling at lightning speed right now, driving full speed towards the airport because we are going to the unreachable areas of Lahaul. But the situation with the helicopter services is very unreliable because a lot of it depends upon the weather. The helicopter is also used by the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, who uses it for official work, and so today there's no official work and the weather seems to be alright, so they are taking certain amounts of people towards Lahaul. It can carry maybe about 20 people at one time, so if you're lucky, you might just get on, because we really need to get to Lahaul at this point of time.
आप सभी हमने रोहतांग पास करना है, सुनो है बड़ी बात। आपके अगर कोई एक दूसरा कोई इस तरह का करता है, आप लड़ाई झगड़ा शांति से
लड़ाई झगड़े वाली बात नहीं है। देखो, हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि हमें क्यों नहीं भेजा जा रहा है, हमारी सिस्सू की फ्लाइट में दूसरे उनको क्यों भेजा।
सर हम लोग जो है ना कभी भी ये कोशिश करते हैं कि हम वी आर नॉट ओनली द गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट बट वी आर द सर्वेंट ऑफ यू पीपल, you are the permanent government.
So our helicopter situation is a little bad because the first helicopter that went couldn't cross through Rohtang because of the weather turning bad, so it's come back and it's brought the people back. For us it's not really going to work because we were second in number and this is not working out. Whole of Himachal Pradesh, one helicopter for service. It can get a little crazy. So it's early hours of the morning and about 4 o'clock to be exact, and after giving a lot of attempts at going to Lahaul, we have finally decided that there is no other way but to walk across Rohtang Pass. And accompanying us are 2 porters, both of them Nepali of course, because they're the best. And hopefully we should be there by 6 o'clock, and there's almost about an hour or 2 hours walk that we have to do. So let's see. I'm a little excited but at the same time very nervous because it's called Rohtang La for a reason, because Rohtang La means the pass of the dead. It has taken many lives, and crossing that always gets you a little eerie. But I'm ready. Let's do this.
was in Feb, at the peak of winter, that I attempted to get a ride on the chopper to Lahaul. But after spending weeks just waiting around for the flight to come through, I decided to move on and finish the rest of my journey first and keep Lahaul for the last. It's now the last week of April and I'm finally heading to the land of my ancestors.
So this is the top of Rohtang Pass, and it's one of the most treacherous passes in the entire Manali-Leh highway. There are a bunch of passes that come, but this one is the first one, and it's the most treacherous. That's because the snowfall can happen at any point of time, the cold, the terrain, but people really are crazy over here, because just about a month ago none of these roads were open, and people actually walked across all the way down from Manali and then all the way across this pass towards Lahaul. That is just I don't know, it's a little crazy, but people do it. But fortunately we have a car that has dropped us up till the top, and now all we have to do is walk down in the snow until we reach the other point called Grampu. I thought it would be slightly harder to walk around in this snow, but yeah, it's not that hard to walk on. But yeah, this is the first time for me crossing on hot top of a mountain pass, so this is very, very exciting for me. Oh man, look at the view, look at it. We have officially reached Lahaul, and I'm very happy about it, because we've been waiting for ages, for months to get here, and finally we are here.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
I'm very happy to be in Lahaul, which is my real home, to be quite honest. This is where my grandparents were from, this is where my parents are from. I thought it was important that I visited this place.
Very few people really visit Lahaul, even though it is so close to Manali. I myself have been here only twice, and that too when I was a little kid, so I don't really remember much. This trip is extremely important for me, because I feel that it'll help me discover and understand my very own roots.
Today we are staying along with Mr. Prem Singh over here, who is the owner of the house, and he basically got us something very different. Obviously drinking is a very big part in these areas, and it's there in sad times, during happy times, but today I had something very different. It's basically the same thing we've been having in Spiti, in Kinnaur. It's basically called arak. Usually it's clear, the color is just clear, and today it's slightly yellowish, and I asked him why, and he's been experimenting with making alcohol, and he basically adds saffron to it, which gives it the color and slight more taste to it. It's new for me. First day in Lahaul with a family. It's absolutely nice. Today I am in the village of Tholang, which is a village which is very, very, extremely important to me because I've never been here before, one. Secondly, this happens to be my granddad's village. But what surprises me most is that this village is no more a village. Well, it's still a village, but if you look at the size of the houses over here, every house is almost about 3 floors, and maybe each floor having close to about 6 to 7 rooms, I guess. They're like big, big bungalows. So, finally, I see an old house. An old traditional Lahauli house. You don't get to see this much these days in Lahaul. They are completely going extinct. Coming to Tholang, well, I realized one thing, that this village is in Lahaul. But where are the Lahaulis? There is absolutely nobody here. These big houses that you see all around, pretty much all of them are empty.
ये इतने बड़े बड़े घर बनाए हैं यहाँ लोगों ने, यहाँ पे भी रह रहे लोग. ये सेम सिचुएशन है.
Same situation.
अच्छा.
Same situation.
एजुकेशन, शिक्षा शिक्षा की वजह से यहाँ पर माहौल शिक्षा का ऐसा रहा. अभी तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस आ गया. कंपटीशन होता है पढ़ने में एक दूसरे घर से. आपके घर में कोई बीए कर लेता है तो दूसरा लड़का सोचता है कि मैं एमए करूँगा. आप कोई आईएएस करना चाहते हैं तो दूसरा भी चाहता है कि मैं आईएएस ही करूँ. एक ही घर में डॉक्टर, दूसरा भी चाहता है कि मेरा बेटा भी डॉक्टर ही बने. तो कंपटीशन रहता है, पढ़ने का माहौल है. इस तरह पढ़ लिख के आगे नौकरी पे चले गए हैं तो वो अपने पेरेंट्स को भी ले जा रहे हैं साथ साथ, क्योंकि वो खुद तो यहाँ खेतों में काम करेंगे नहीं. तो इसलिए फिर ये स्थिति आ गई कि लोग कम रहते हैं घरों में.
I've always been told that a lot of the things in our culture, like the tandoor, which we use to keep warm, the way we farm, the designs on our clothes, are some of the few things that were given to us by the early Moravian missionaries. But the more important question here is, what were the Christians doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
वो आए तो यहाँ पर धर्म फैलाने आए थे, लेकिन यहाँ पर हालत देख के उन्होंने सबसे पहले उनको यहाँ कुछ जीना सिखाया. भाई कैसे जीते हैं. जैसे तंदूर लगाया, फसल लगाना सिखाया उन्होंने, आलू लाया उन्होंने, आलू लगाना सिखाया. लेकिन धर्म को वो परिवर्तित नहीं कर पाए ना. वो धर्म को इसमें क्रिश्चियन में, ईसाई धर्म में परिवर्तित नहीं कर पाए ना. आए और रहे यहाँ पर, उसके बाद वो टाइम आ गया, निकल गए यहाँ से.
Okay, Bharti, you do it first. You too, Ronnie. चलो.
Okay. We do it thrice, you know. This is for symbolic. This is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, Almighties. उनके लिए शगुन thrice.
अब एक लिहाज से कहें, विंटर्स में लाइफ इज़ वेरी हार्श, वेरी वेरी हार्श. चलो ठीक है, अब डेवलपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, टीवी है, लोगों के घर में टेलीफोन है, इंटरनेट है, कर रहे हैं. लेकिन फिर भी एक ओवरऑल जो है ना, ठंड वो सबसे बुरी चीज़ है ना. टेम्परेचर गोज डाउन अप टू -30, -32 डिग्री सेल्सियस. फिर उस बीच में वन कैन इमेजिन कि भाई क्या कर सकते हैं हम. ये है
यहाँ विंटर्स में सबसे ज़्यादा दिक्कत रहता है हेल्थ को. कोई अगर बीमार हो जाता है तो उस वक्त दिक्कत रहता है, क्योंकि डॉक्टर्स इतने स्पेशलिस्ट हैं नहीं यहाँ. डॉक्टर्स हैं लेकिन सिंपल एमबीबीएस है. कोई ऑपरेशन वगैरह कराना हो तो मुश्किल है, वो हो नहीं पाता है. बाकी विंटर्स में तो ऐसा कोई खास प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहता. टनल निकल जाएगा तो लोगों का आना जाना फिर रहेगा, टूरिज्म को भी बढ़ावा मिलेगा.
One thing is for sure, that my ancestral village is nothing like what I had imagined. The rustic adventures and stories told by my granddad are now a tad bit heavier to digest. But nonetheless, being here in Tholang fills me up with a sense of belonging, which I've always been in pursuit of. So no matter what I do, where I go, or what life has in store for me, my roots will always be dug deep here in Tholang village.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
Today we've decided to take a hike in the cold to a waterfall
called Sissu waterfall. And to get here you basically have to come across Sissu, across the river. So it's another, I think, 20 minutes walk. Let's do this. This is Sissu waterfall, and I have been waiting my entire life to come here and see it up close. And now that I'm here, it is a magical moment for me. And throughout the winter, you know, the snow has accumulated and it's formed this structure which looks almost like a volcano, and the water falling inside it. It's a beautiful sight. This is Tholang village. This is where my mom is from. I have been here before, but I was a very, very small little kid then, and I don't remember pretty much anything about it. Looking at it now, after so many years, I realized that this is the prettiest village in all of Himachal. I don't know why. I've seen a bunch of villages, I've seen the highest villages, I've been to a whole lot of villages. But this village just takes my breath away. This morning when we arrived in Tholang, it started snowing and everything just went under a blanket of cloud and fog, and it was moving so fast. And I was a little sad because I remember as a kid, you know, there's a huge mountain right at our faces, and I was like, I won't be able to see it today. But fortunately, everything cleared up and I can see the mountain now, and it is stunning. It is stunning. So in this particular house, this is about 30 years old. There are two ladies staying at the moment, and one is basically my mom's my granddad's sister, and the other one is my mom's cousin. And one is almost few years short of turning 80, and the other one is in her late 60s. Living in a place like Tholang at this height, taking care of a house this big, and the fields that are so massive, life is very hard, and they tell me about it, how hard the life is over here, and there's nobody to help them, but somehow something keeps them going.
कौन संभालेंगे इतना खेती बाड़ी, ऊपर ऊपर 4-5 खेत, छोटा छोटा गोरका को गाड़ी दिया, गाड़ी के काट कर पैसा काट कर दिया। अच्छा। हाँ, दूर दूर ऊपर को नीचे नीचे है, किसने संभालेंगे? क्या करना था, कौन संभालेंगे? एक बम्बई, एक नगर, एक 16 मील, मैं क्या करना? जिंदगी भर काम किया, अब लंगड़ा तो नहीं होगा, लंगड़ा है, कितना जिस्म से वो ताकत है उतना काम करते हैं, अब लंगड़ा से बहुत मुश्किल है, क्या करना? दोनों को टांग को धरते हैं, क्या कर बाद में क्या करेंगे, सारा गोरकों का होगा जमीन। क्या करना था।
सर्दी का बुरा हाल है, बर्फ फेंकना, आगे से फेंकना, पीछे से उतने आते हैं बर्फ। कूड़े का काम करना, पानी दौड़ना, झाड़ू करना, पोछा देना, रोटी करना, तब दोबारा 12 हो गए तो दोबारा 12 का खाना बनाना, बड़ा मुश्किल है। लाहौल में नर्क जैसा है, पूरा घर सारा बर्फ के अंदर है, फिक की तरह बैठते हैं बर्फ के बीच में। औरों को तो फर्क नहीं पड़ा होगा है ना, बहुत तकड़ा है सारा। हम लोगों को तो बहुत फर्क पड़ गया इस साल, बुरा हाल हो गया, बस और क्या पूछे। ये वो तुम्हें दूध निकाल के देगा, अंदर बच्चों को पिलाओ।
हाँ पिलाऊंगा,
छोटा वालों को।
हाँ पिलाऊंगा। It's time to feed the calves.
As we welcome in the modern age, on one hand, Laholis have progressed leaps and bounds compared to most of the people around Himachal. But on the flip side, there has been an incredible decline in the population out here. A lot of the families have moved away from these parts in pursuit of an easier life, better jobs, better education, and so on. Amongst all this change are the older generations, who are now finding it hard to survive in these parts, owing to the declining support from their families who are living lives far removed from the ancestral lifestyle. This is not just the story of my family, but that of almost all of Lahaul.